I've ridden 750 coasters across over 150 parks. Some of these are tiny and barely qualify as parks, but most of them are pretty legit. So breaking down my favorite ones isn't easy. A lot of factors go into a quality park. The rides, atmosphere, location, operations, staff. No one thing makes a park great, and I put them all into my mental computer and spit out the results. This is part 1 of a 2-part series running down my 30 favorite parks. First, I want to thank my Patreons and my new member, Patapim. If you want bonus access, bonus content, and have your name listed at the end of each video, check my links below and join. It's been almost 4 years since I went over my top 30 parks, and after visiting a few new ones in America, plus my first parks overseas, I figured it was time for an update. First, I'm going to talk about 5 parks I really enjoyed but weren't quite good enough for the top 30, starting with Knoebels. A lot of people have this high on their list, the park that is part campground, part amusement park, and it's hard to tell where one part begins and one part ends. This has an old school pay-per-ride system, or you can pay for an all-day wristband, but it's free to park, free to get in. It has the amazing wooden coaster Phoenix. I love flying turns when I finally got to ride it, and Knoebels is always a great time. It just doesn't have enough to be top 30 worthy. California's Great America is a park not long for this world. It's probably got 2 seasons left before it bites the dust, and it's really a shame because I've enjoyed my time at this park. I've been here 3 times. It doesn't have the biggest or best collection of coasters, but it has enough coasters and they're all pretty enjoyable. Well, that is, minus Grizzly. The park has a good vibe and it's sad to know it's going away, especially since they probably won't relocate one of the best wooden coasters in America, Gold Striker. Six Flags Over Texas is a park I've been to a bunch of times since 2017, kind of my home away from home Six Flags park, and I always felt it was missing something. New Texas Giant is really good, but it's a weak RMC. Titan is not my favorite hyper by any means. Mr. Freeze and Shockwave are really good supporting coasters. It has some good flat rides. A great location next to the sports complex. I always have a good time here, but I stopped short of putting this in the upper tier of Six Flags parks. And even with Tormenta coming in 2026, I don't know if that's going to push it over the edge for me. Disneyland is another park a lot of people put in their top 5, maybe top 1, and it's a place I've been going to since I was a really little kid. I'm not a big Disney person, but there are Disney parks on my list. This just isn't one of them. In terms of coasters, they have the 3 big mountains, Space, Big Thunder, and Matterhorn. They have all the classic Disney rides, like Pirates, Haunted Mansion, Star Tours, Splash Mountain that's now themed to Princess and the Frog, and Galaxy's Edge does a lot for this park, including probably the best ride I've ever seen in my life, Rise of the Resistance. They also added Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway since the last time I was there. I can't deny the quality of the park, I just don't love it enough to make it top 30. Last honorable mention is another Disney park, Hollywood Studios in Florida. A lot of people rank this number 1 in the Disney World complex, and I can't blame them. This also has Rise and Mickey and Minnie's, plus Tower of Terror, and 2 coasters I didn't like that much, Rock and Roller Coaster and Slinky Dog Dash. We had a really good time here. They have top tier rides and a lot to do, but I thought one other park in the complex was a little better, and that kicks off this list. Number 30. Disney's Animal Kingdom. I got to visit this park once in 2022. We got there late and it closes pretty early, but I walked away so impressed by everything in the park. Their blue chip attraction is Expedition Everest, the world's most expensive coaster at $100 million when it opened in 2006. I wasn't sure if I would love this ride or not, but it was so dynamic. It had some force. It was so good we had to ride it twice. Pandora was also amazing to walk around. I wish I could have seen it at night, but its main attraction was Flight of Passage, a top-tier simulator, and that makes for a great 1-2 punch with Expedition Everest. It also has a great safari, and Dinoland USA may have been kinda cheesy, but I absolutely love Dinosaur. That's about to close down, but that ended up being one of my favorite rides in the complex. That was the final straw for me to rank this as the best park in Disney World, although it barely cracks this list. Number 29. SeaWorld Orlando. I've been to this park a bunch of times from 2012 all the way to 2025. I've seen this park grow from that park with those 2 big B&Ms to having the biggest B&M collection in the world, including a great hyper in Mako, a very interesting and fun prototype, Pipeline the Surf Coaster. Icebreaker is also a super underrated thrill coaster, and this year they opened a flying theater, Expedition Odyssey, and next year they're getting a suspended dark ride. So they're really rounding out their ride lineup to go along with their dolphin and orca shows, and this park just keeps getting better and better. Sophie, what's the most annoying thing about going to a park with me?
You don't shower?
Aside from that.
You don't wear deodorant?
Aside from that.
You walk way too fast?
I walk way too fast, and not just for Sophie's little tiny, baby legs. I walk too fast for just about every normal person, and even at my advanced age, I can do that because I stay in shape. And I want to thank today's sponsor, Averon, for helping me do that. They offer a strong rower just like this one, also a treadmill and a bike if that's more up your alley. And these are high quality machines. And I chose the rower to get a full body workout. I mean, this activates 86% of your body's muscles. And you can get up to 100 pounds of resistance. And you can do it in comfort. I mean, you strap in your feet right here. The cloud seat is like sitting in a B&M clamshell. Not anything like the stupid GCI Infinity flyers. So, also to stay cool, it has gills on the sides. And an air resistant system that makes it feel like you're sitting on the water.
That all sounds good, but what keeps you from getting lazy and giving up?
Rude. You have no faith in me. But Averon was founded to end boring workouts, and they do it with a lot of interactive features. This comes with a 22-inch touchscreen, and this thing is enormous, and you can do so much with it. This, along with the treadmill and the bike, have interactive gameplay, and based on science, you are 2.5 times more likely to stick to your gamified workout routine compared to a normal boring one. Averon offers games, classes, scenic rides. You can even stream your workout on social media. And you can add your friends to compete against them. And you can even use the time machine feature to race against yourself. So, bottom line, you can personalize your experience and do what you need to do to whatever it takes to keep coming back. Use my code THRILLS50 to get an additional $50 off all Averon products. Sophie, let's get back to the parks. Number 28, Universal Studios Japan. I got to spend one very long day here last summer, and it's one of 4 Japanese parks that cracks my list. I was just surprised how big this park was, and how much there was to do, this not having a second gate like they have in Florida, splitting up their attractions. They just keep pouring everything here into this park. They have 6 coasters, 2 of them being the headliners, the B&M's Flying Dinosaur and Hollywood Dream. Very good and very interesting coasters. I thought their Spy Family VR coaster was great. Minecart Madness was an absolute riot. And then you have their amazing non-coasters, like Jaws, Forbidden Journey, Minion Mayhem, Mario Kart Koopa's Challenge. And I didn't ride it, but Jurassic Park the ride. This is a complete park and needs to be on your list if you go to Japan. Number 27, Lagoon. From a high-tech park in the heart of Osaka, Japan, to an old-school park in the foothills of Farmington, Utah, Lagoon is a park I've been to 3 times and I've had nothing but great experiences. This place is full of coasters. Not all of them being big and bad, but they have some classic rides like Colossus the Fire Dragon and Jetstar 2. The 104-year-old roller coaster is the second best ride in the park. You have more modern thrill machines like the Maurer Spinner, Spider, and the Zero Tower launch coaster, Wicked. And on the left side of the park, you have the rides that bring the park into the 21st century, Cannibal and Primordial. One being a 197-foot beyond vertical monster that's one of the best coasters in the world, and the other being a high-tech shooting dark ride coaster with 6 custom endings. Lagoon is a cool place to visit once every 4 or 5 years. It does cost a lot to get in, but once you're in there, they make it worth your money. Number 26, Six Flags New England. I've been here 3 times between 2015 and 2021, and after the first 2 times, I put this in my top 10, but that 3rd time knocked it down a little bit. This is a park that dates back to the 1800s. Six Flags built it up in the late 90s and early 2000s. So it's got a lot of quantity, but not everything is of the best quality. That being said, it's got the best 1-2 punch in the country. The Intamin Mega Coaster, Superman the Ride, and the RMC Hybrid Wicked Cyclone. Both of these being among the best of their kind. And when you add in the supporting coasters like Batman the Dark Knight and Riddler Revenge, it makes for a fun day, only to get better once they get Quantum Accelerator open. This park can use more quality at the top, something we saw Cedar Fair do for the parks they acquired in the Paramount deal. But for now, this park is very top heavy. I still love the park atmosphere and location, and it's one of my favorite parks in the chain. Number 25, Six Flags Over Georgia. Just edging out New England, Over Georgia has a lot going for it. I've been here 5 times between 2018 and 2023, and this is one of those parks that Six Flags built from the ground up. They've gotten some good steady investment over the years, and they have a great hyper RMC 1-2 punch themselves, Goliath and Twisted Cyclone. But they have a much better supporting cast than Riddler Mindbender, Superman Ultimate Flight, Blue Hawk, Great American Scream Machine, Daredevil Dive, and I haven't ridden it, but Georgia Gold Rusher has been getting great reviews. I think New England has this park beat when it comes to atmosphere and operations, but you can look past that and enjoy this coaster collection, and I hope the chain continues to treat the park well. Number 24, TusenFryd. The one and only park I've been to in Norway. I spent one day here in 2023 and I had so much fun here. Granted, I was going on basically no sleep, but from what I remember, it was a great park. First, this is possibly the hilliest park ever. You need an escalator just to get to the main part of the park, and once you're there, there's nothing but hills to get to the back. That's where you'll find Storm the Dragon Legend, a one-of-a-kind launch Gerstlauer invert, and Thunder Coaster was an airtime-packed Vekoma wooden coaster. You just have to put up with the insane jackhammering to enjoy all that air. Speed Monster was a decent accelerator coaster, and they have some other okay supporting coasters. But this park also has a really cool dark ride, the best pendulum I've ever ridden. It looks amazing, it has great staff. Couldn't really ask for a better atmosphere, and I felt completely satisfied with my time at the park, knowing I'll probably never be coming back.
Teeny weeny!
Number 23, Knott's Berry Farm. One of my original parks. I've been here countless times from the early 90s all the way till this year. This being a small park in the middle of Buena Park, California. Just plopped across a city block, and they managed to turn this into a great park full of thrill rides. Ghost Rider is their crown jewel, the CCI wooden coaster that still lands in my top 15. Accelerator has been my favorite launch for a long time. An awesome supporting cast of Hang Time, Silver Bullet, Sierra Sidewinder, some classic rides like Timber Mountain Log Ride and Calico Mine Ride, some very well themed distinct sections, especially Ghost Town. The rest of the park really grew out of this area. The park looks great. It packs a lot of rides in but doesn't look cluttered. I used to get here once a year, and now that's not quite possible, but I enjoy it every time. Number 22, King's Dominion. My first time here was all the way back in 2008, fresh off the Cedar Fair acquisition, and I've been here 4 times since, each time the park finding a way to improve. Paramount put a lot of junk here, and Cedar Fair little by little has made improvements, starting with the great relocated floorless coaster, Dominator, the one-of-a-kind Intamin Giga, now known as Pantherian. Twisted Timbers is a top-tier RMC hybrid. Grizzly used to be awful, but after its retrack, it's one of the park's best coasters, having 13 in total. Lots of decent supporting coasters, including the brand new for 2025 Raptera, replacing the beloved Volcano. This park hasn't quite gotten the love that Cedar Fair gave the other King's Park in the chain, so that's why it's only number 22, but it is one of the premier coaster parks in the country. Number 21, Disney California Adventure Park. Ever since my first visit after the park opened in 2001, I was impressed by it, and it just keeps getting better. California Screamin', now Incredicoaster, isn't the best, but it is super long and very interesting. Soarin' was my favorite ride for a long time, and it's still great. It has the one Rapids ride I will actually ride in Grizzly River Run. Since then, they added Cars Land and the awesome Radiator Springs Racers. Tower of Terror and its great retheme to Guardians of the Galaxy. Toy Story Midway Mania is awesome. And now, they have the Avengers Campus, even though I haven't seen it yet. I like this park more when it was fully California themed, but it looks great and I always have a better time here than Disneyland. Number 20, Tokyo DisneySea. Here we have my top ranked Disney park, and let me just say off the top, do not come here for the coasters. Raging Spirits and Flounder's Flying Fish Coaster aren't exactly a big draw, but this park is loaded with good stuff, starting with their brand new Fantasy Springs and their 3 really great rides, Rapunzel's Lantern Festival, Peter Pan's Neverland Adventure, and their main event, Anna and Elsa's Frozen Journey. People say this is the most beautiful park in the world. I don't know about that, but it definitely looks great, especially the Mediterranean area when you walk in. Journey to the Center of the Earth serving as the centerpiece of the park, one of the top rides there. Also Tower of Terror, Soaring Fantastic Flight, Toy Story Mania, Indiana Jones, and I didn't even get to ride 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. This park is loaded, and after a day and a half there, I had to crown this place as the best Disney park that I've been to. Number 19, Canada's Wonderland. Another Paramount park that Cedar Fair has been trying to turn around. They've definitely made this park more than worthwhile. This park has 18 coasters, among the most in the world, and there is a lot of not so great stuff here, but all it took was 3 monster B&Ms and a record-breaking premier launch coaster to bring this park into the upper tier. Not to mention, this is probably the flat ride capital of the world. There is so much to do here, it's hard to do in one day, and this park just keeps getting better and better. The park looks nice and it has a great centerpiece in Wonder Mountain, but you are definitely coming here for the rides. Number 18, Dreamworld. Of all the parks in Australia, I wasn't expecting Dreamworld to be my favorite, but it was by far the most well-rounded. They have 6 coasters, and that includes the awesome family launch coaster Jungle Rush. That opened after I was there. Steel Taipan is their big coaster draw. That spinning back car being one of the greatest coaster experiences ever. They have one of the world's tallest drop towers on the side of the old Tower of Terror coaster. Too bad that was closed by the time I got there. They also have a great flying theater that takes you around Australia, and a wildlife section where I got to see a koala and touch a kangaroo. They could do better in the coaster department, but the rest of the park makes up for it. Number 17, Fuji Q Highland. This is still one of the most extreme parks in the world, and that's even without Dododampa, the craziest launch coaster ever. That was closed down in 2021, and yet this park still has 3 awesome coasters: Fujiyama, Aijunaika, and Takabisha. Throw in Zokon is another really cool intermediate coaster with multiple launches and forward and backward sections. This park also has a flying theater, a Toy Story style shooting dark ride, other really good flats, and don't miss going up to Fujiyama Tower to get some great views, and maybe take a 200-foot slide down to the ground. I wish I had more time here to experience everything, but this place has iconic coasters and it was a great time. Number 16, Six Flags Great Adventure. This park has taken a bit of a dive. It was solid top 10 before, even top 5 at one point, but over the past few years it's just not quite as appealing. I first came here in 2008, came back in 2015, 18, 19, 21, and 24. Got my final ride on King Ka before that came down. El Toro used to be better than it is now. It's had a lot of track issues and that's running kinda rough, but that airtime is so good it's still top 10 worthy. Nitro is a very good hyper. The park is loaded with solid supporting coasters. It's got some good flats, especially Wonder Woman. And that safari really sets this park apart from the rest of the Six Flags chain. That's no dinky safari. It's enormous and legit, and you could argue it's not actually part of Great Adventure since it has a separate gate, but I'm still counting it. Still a very good park with tons to do, but it has lost some of that magic in recent years. That's a wrap on part 1. Stay tuned later this week for part 2, the top 15, the best of the best that I've been to. You won't want to miss that. If you have any thoughts on 16 to 30, sound off in the comments below. Before you go, don't forget to drop a like, and if you're new here and love coasters, please give me a sub. Also, check out my second channel where I post copyright-free off-ride footage. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.